We are back for My Southern Home, and I'm here with Jason Mack with Mack Custom Wood Floors, and thanks for joining us today.
No problem. Glad you could make it.
So there's nothing more beautiful than traditional hardwood floors, and you had a project in front of you with this particular home.
Yes. So on this project here, we had come across a floor that had unfortunately been painted over with white paint throughout the house. So the homeowners had recently bought the house and had no idea what was underneath that white paint until we started sanding off the paint and to expose these beautiful hickory floors.
What a nice surprise for the homeowners that they didn't have to redo their floors and they had a treasure hidden underneath.
Yeah, and that's the beautiful thing about real wood floors is that you can basically, you can really salvage a lot. A lot of people think when they see houses that the floors are worn out, that they're unsalvageable, they have to tear them out. Wood is one of those amazing things where you can sand them down and save a lot of different things you would think were not savable.
Well, the beautiful part about wood floors, traditional wood floors, that is, you can stain it a different color and give your home a completely different look as well.
Correct. There's a lot of different finish techniques you can do to take an old, dated floor that may be orange and brown and give it a bright, real, clean, fresh look to it. And it's kind of like what we did here. And basically just really transform. When you transform the floor and lighten it up, it basically really transforms the house. And that's, again, the beauty of wood, that you have so many options you can do with them.
You're so passionate about your work, Jason. What made you get into restoring and creating custom hardwood floors for homeowners?
So I got into this business basically being second generation. My dad had a company. Really started out doing floors, trying to get some money for my first car when I was a teenager. So got into this trade, fell in love with it, and now I've been doing this for over 30 years. And it's just one of those things where I took it and just kind of kept growing with it, and before you know it, again, you're 30 plus years into a trade.
Well, you do a really good job with it, and one of the special things about your company is you have a new technology that enhances the time to install a floor.
Yeah, so we have a technology now where instead of using your traditional very stinky oil-based urethane finishes or your high solvent-based stain finishes, we have a technology now where the finish is color and protection in one in two different coats. And what the benefit of that is that we cure it with an LED light. So it's a portable purple LED light that as soon as the finish is applied to the floor, we can cure it instantly. There's several benefits. It's zero VOCs, very environmentally friendly. There's no smell, but the fact is after we cure it instantly, you can move right back onto your floors. So there's no downtime waiting for that finish to cure, waiting for the smell to evacuate your house. It is instantly cured as soon as we hit it with that light.
That is so amazing, because I remember when my parents got hardwood floors. When I was a kid, we had to move everything out and stay out of that room for days, and the smell was atrocious.
Yes, so that's, again, with this finish here, it has zero smell, and it also makes it so if a client has a very difficult situation with furniture and can't move all their furniture out of the house, it allows us to do the house in sections, be able to do a certain room, finish that room, cure the finish, put the furniture in that room, and move on to the next room. So it adds a benefit of logistics too for the clients.
And Jason, you did that for this project.
Correct. So that basically allows us, again, it also helps us achieve certain looks and colors that a lot of clients want nowadays that you would not be able to achieve with traditional finishes. So this particular floor, we kept it looking what we call raw, or basically invisible finish. It allows the natural look and feel of these floors. And then the benefit of it basically being instantly cured with an LED light gets the clients back on their floors much faster. You don't have to wait several days, sometimes several weeks for the finish to fully cure before you put your furniture back.
Well, that helps with choosing a stain too, because traditionally you would take a piece of the floor and you would put different stains on there to figure out what it looks like in the light, but now you know instantly, you don't have to wait.
Correct. So when we do our sample process on the floors, it gives the clients instant gratitude on what that base is going to look like. They know right there and then that's the color, that's how it's going to look. You don't have to wait for it to dry to see how that color is going to look and basically appear.
And you use a vacuum system as well to keep the house pristine.
Yeah, so we incorporate very state-of-the-art HEPA filter vacuum systems when we do all the sanding work. So the client doesn't have to worry about coming home to a dusty house where there's dust throughout their furniture, their walls, their TVs. Our vacuum systems, again, take all the dust and particulates out of the air while we're working in the house to ensure that when the clients move back in, they're not having to hire a cleaning service.
I love how forward thinking you are with your business, because it sounds like you're always thinking ahead and trying to add technologies that makes the process safer and more convenient for your clients.
Correct. We try to make it basically, again, safer for the end user, our clients, but also for me and my guys when we're working on the jobs. When you're doing a lot of refinish work on floors, you're sanding off old finishes that, again, the dust and the particulate that's released in the air can be very toxic for not only us working on the floors, but the clients as they live in the houses. So our vacuum systems not only pull those toxic particulates out of the air with our HEPA filters, but again, the finishes that we use nowadays are very safe, very green, and health conscious to, again, not only us putting the finish down, but our clients who are going to be living in this house.
Well, you install a lot of floors in Middle Tennessee. What are the trends you're seeing homeowners gravitate to?
So nowadays the trends, typically everybody wants to go with a wider plank, wider and wider and wider. We've done floors up to 14 inches wide. Typically the old standard issue floor was 2¼ inches, which you'll see in a lot of older homes. But again, a lot of people, when they're installing new floors, they want to go wider and wider and wider. So when installing wide plank floors, there's a very strict regimen you have to follow to make sure that those floors last. You don't want those floors cupping or shrinking over time. And the wider the plank, the more susceptible those floors can be to cupping and shrinking. So it's very important that they're done properly.
Well, I always say all the time on this show, Jason, that who you choose is very important when you're working on your home, no matter if it's the flooring or the cabinetry. And I'm so happy to have you on the show with this important information that homeowners need to be aware of.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
We'll be back with more of My Southern Home in just a moment.